guys, not to change the subject, but yeah, Sutton, you.
Oh Lord, again, a fucking again.
Her small esophagus. I feel like I'm beating a dead horse. Okay, I have a question for you. Bananas.
Why do you care?
I want to know that. Okay. I really want to know that.
Let me explain. A lot of acid reflux or regurgitation can cause scar tissue in your throat. You're implying that she's an eating disorder. I'm not. For the record, those are Crystal's words, not mine. I never said that. Did you have an eating disorder? Anne-Marie, you are the one that said it. You need to own up to it. You are the biggest gaslighter.
What's up, y'all? It's Brian Keith, and I'm back with another video. We're about to talk about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. This episode for me was good, but it was not like, oh my God, yes, they're not getting into no mess. It was just very much moving the story along, right? So this will not be a long video at all. But y'all, like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get into the video.
Let me check my shit real quick. Hotter than the fire coming out my flaming lips. You wanna play with me? You can't play in me. On the playground, bitch, you can't play with me. Got it, want it, securing the bag.
Okay, so we start the episode out, you know, Kyle is trying to have an event for Anne-Marie. My thing with Anne-Marie is the same thing I feel about Nneka. Who else? Shit, I guess it's just Nneka. For me, Anne-Marie, Nneka, for them to be new housewives, they have not brought anything. They have been really just sitting here just, you know, on mute half of the time. Nneka's sole purpose is to take down Wendy. For what reason? I don't know. Like, girl, do you want to eat her pussy? Like, because it's given like, I want to taste that. I want to taste that. It's given very much that. So I'm trying to figure out, like, is that the sole goal? Like, do we want to, you know, do something without the win-win? And with Anne-Marie, now I feel like obviously she knows what this is. It's Housewives, so you have to figure out who you're gonna beef with. So she picked Sutton, but I do feel like it's lazy because everybody beefs with Sutton, right? Like, if she would have came out to Garcelle, I mean, it just seems lazy at this point. Y'all, I got my pre-workout, so you see this dust in the air. Pre-workout, and I'm like, at some point it's really given like, why, right? So we have this whole outing, right? They all get out of the town, they all having girl time, you know, they're really doing their thing. And
would you ever date a woman? Where the hell?
So, you know, they're licking each other's feet, kissing each other, you know, just playing these little games. And then they was cutting the cake for Anne-Marie because, you know, her birthday, blah 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 blah. Out of the clear sky, Kyle talking about,
would y'all ever date a woman?
Everybody's like eating their cake. There's like, so she brought that up, and everyone's just like, okay, why are we bringing this up? To me, I feel like Kyle doesn't do anything Kyle doesn't do anything by surprise. But for me, Kyle gives me very much premeditated. She do. She always did. So I feel like Kyle is either dating Morgan Wade, and she knows she dating Morgan Wade, and she just pump faking in her face, or she's trying to test the waters to see if I do come out dating this girl, are y'all gonna try to blast me?
You wouldn't date a woman?
No.
Would you ever date a woman?
You know, there are times that I think about it, if I'm gonna be honest.
Would
Look. My whole thing is like, I think we all think that Kyle's over here dating Morgan. Girl, fine. But I'm like, girl, if you want to get your pussy, hey, just say that. If Mauricio wasn't really doing it right, just say that. We get it. We saw him over here Aspen looking drunk as, I'm like, that's somebody's daddy. See Garcelle with her sons. First of all, I did not know her sons were 6'2", 6'3" in the 10th grade. My little brother, like, he's about to be going to 9th grade soon, and he's almost taller than me. I'm 5'11", 6'1" with platform shoes. I wear like heel shoes. Y'all seen my picture? You know, I give the da when I go out, right? So he's almost taller than me. I'm just like, what the fuck is this? Like, Jazz.
another grandkid? This sounds like mom.
Don't even start.
This sounds like hater mentality.
Hello, sex.
Basically talked to them about sex because she was just like, yeah, you know, he's dating this girl, this and the third. Like, you know, let's talk about it. Y'all brought it up. Because the other one was like, look, I'm not doing it. You need to talk to that one. I'm like, ooh, we telling. We telling. At the end of the day, I feel like we all were that age. Um, and it's one of those things where it's like you knew somebody was having sex, or you saw somebody at school pregnant. Like we already know. Ain't nobody dumb. But I mean, my whole thing is like you can't control what they do really, as long as they're safe and you have good communication. I wouldn't want my kids to be having sex young, just because, to be honest, you don't really know what you're doing at that moment, and it does create emotional ties to people. Um, And I don't know. It's just one of those things where I feel like in high school it's like puppy love. It's nothing that's like super, super serious. It's just like sometimes it can be, don't get me wrong. But majority of the time it's just puppy love, and you just mixing up those feelings because you're like, oh my God, I love him. Oh, I love her. It's like you don't love him. You love that thing. Just saying. But they over here like, oh my God, ew, that's gross. All that. It was funny. It was cute. That's how it was with my parents when we had the conversation. It was whatever, right? I mean, now in my life, maybe we should have had a different conversation because we see PK and Dorit basically are in therapy, couple therapy.
You don't quite understand the severity of the PTSD.
Dorit's basically telling PK, like, my triggers and my PTSD and a lot of these buzzwords and stuff like that, My whole thing with Dorit is I hope and pray that she's not doing this for a storyline. It's kind of fucked up doing shit like that for a storyline when you really not going through those triggers. And there's people in this world that actually went through trauma. Like my mom has went through a situation of domestic violence that was a trauma that I witnessed. And it's just a situation where I just feel like if she's faking about that, look, that's kind of like cold.
Did that make sense?
There are elements I understand. There are also elements that I don't consider are PTSD.
Low-key PK was eating Dorit up. He was like, what's the difference between you basically being an asshole and being insensitive and questioning my motives and all these things, doing a surprise, and PTSD? That's a ooh. Oh.
I don't. I consider they're more obnoxious.
Honey,
She's like,
well, PK, when you say things like that, it triggers me.
but my whole thing is, to be honest, usually I'm on the woman's side, 9 times out of 10. But my whole thing is, how in the world can we then try to shackle him to basically admitting something that he's wrong, and he's telling you how he feels, right? And I think the therapist did a really good job trying to balance the conversation. They help each other hear each other. PK's basically telling her like, look, I'm trying to do nice things for you, and there was a time and a place for you to critique what I did. The time wasn't there then. You could have did it afterwards. You took the surprise and you took basically the air out the room, and it's just like, okay, I ain't gonna do shit else for you. Like, what should I do for you if you're not gonna be able to do this and be appreciative for what the things I've done? Like, it's very much it even when she's like, oh, the dress is right. Who got the kids? Who's doing this? Who's doing, like, girl? Do you think this girl? I mean, I was gonna say, do you think this grown man gonna leave his kids by themselves? I mean, he did when the whole burglary happened. He did go to Kyle's house instead of going to see his kids. So I don't know, but I don't think this grown ass man's gonna be like, oh, fuck them kids. I hope not. Right? They're all the nannies and everything like that. So it is what it was. Definitely get where PK was coming from, because for me, like I said before, is it insurance fraud? Okay. At the end of the episode, we having a celebration of life for Kyle's friend.
To honor my best friend, Lorraine Shay, it is the 1-year anniversary of her passing.
Passed away from, the side child. Like, it's very, very, very sad, because I feel like we all know someone that has lost their life unexpectedly or taken their own life. Like, so it's very sad. I feel like, you know how you have a friend that is just like that's your best friend where you could tell everything to. And the thought of losing that person that is your third place, that is your confidant, that's your safe place, like that could also kill other people. You know, there's people that have died from grief, you know, and it's just one of those things where it's like my friends in my life, especially my best friends, I can't really imagine myself not having them in my life, even if we're like, you know, not close at the time because of distance, or, you know, we have other things going on. Regardless of the fact, every time we get together, it's always like nothing's ever changed, right? But it's just one of those things where I feel like now, do I feel like it's gonna be romantic? No, platonic. But I do feel like people can fall in love with their best friends, and I feel like Kyle loved that woman deeply, right? And when she passed away unexpectedly, not only was it shocking, that probably tore her to pieces, right? So we see Lori over here. We see Morgan. She's over here going to sing a song. But we see all the girls start coming in. Everything looks really cute. So Garcelle goes sit down with Crystal and Anne Marie.
I'm good. How are you? Good. So, goodness. How are the boys? The boys are good. Jack has a game tomorrow, and, you know. Okay. Jack's forget something. You guys, not to change the subject.
Why did Anne Marie start talking about, yeah, you know, I'm still confused on Sutton's esophagus. I'm like, girl, at this point, to be honest, I don't give a fuck. Let it go. It ain't that deep. It's her esophagus. Cool. It's tiny. Maybe she can give a look, you know.
Small esophagus. I feel like I'm beating a dead horse. Okay, I have a question for you. Bananas. Why do you care?
It's irritating. I'm just like, as Sutton would say, girl, let the mouse go. But it seemed like her and Crystal are about to battle because Anne Marie said something about eating disorder.
Bro, you're implying that she has an eating disorder. I'm not. For the record, those are Crystal's words, not mine. I never said that. You said eating disorder. Did you have an eating disorder?
Crystal clocked it. She was like, but you just said eating disorder. She's like, no, I did. They showed the tape back. She did. I'm like, Lord, here we go. It's too much. But yeah, that's all I'm going to do with the episode, y'all. Let me know what you guys think. This was very much dry, very much blasé. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. And peace.
Hi, how are you? Good, how are you? Good. Oh, sorry. It's just a gnat.
I forgot that Teddy the Gnat showed up, but I don't give her too much. Garcelle hates her.
Oh, good. The gnat is back.
Girl, shut the fuck up. You thought you ate that.
Not only is she annoying, she refers to herself as a gnat.
Brian Keith, LG, Black Butte. Bet you didn't know we the Holy Trinity. Now let a God stop a dollar, break your head here. Step into the room and get up in the bed. It tastes sweet, that's cause I'm good. It tastes sour cause I'm better than the hood. Cause I get you hyper when I'm running all around. Cause